Welcome to Section 5 of Module 1. You've submitted your application, received your acknowledgement letter, and completed your fingerprinting. Now it's time to prepare for one of the most critical milestones in your licensing journey, scheduling and taking your exams. This section will guide you through what to expect from the CSLB exam scheduling process, how to prepare effectively in the days leading up to test day, and what to expect when you walk into the testing center. Understanding this process can ease your nerves, prevent mistakes, and increase your chances of passing on the first try. Once your application has been reviewed and your background check cleared, CSLB will issue you a notice to appear for examination. This notice typically arrives in the mail, but may also be available in your CSLB online account if you have set one up. The notice lists your exam classification, in this case, B-2 Residential Remodeling Contractor, the location of your testing center, and the time and date of your scheduled exam. If you need to reschedule, CSLB allows you to do so under certain conditions, but you must contact them promptly to avoid losing your spot or incurring fees. Exam appointments can book out quickly, especially in high-demand regions of California, so check your notice immediately and confirm whether the scheduled time works for you. When preparing for the exam, consistency is key. By this point, you should already have your study plan in place and have been steadily reviewing both law and business topics and B2 trade knowledge. In the last week or two before your exam date, focus on refining your knowledge rather than cramming new material. Review your practice test results, revisit questions you missed, and clarify any concepts that remain uncertain. Many candidates find that the final stretch of preparation should emphasize test strategy as much as content. Understanding how questions are structured, how to eliminate wrong answers, and how to manage time during the test is just as important as knowing the material itself. The CSLB exams are multiple choice and administered on a computer at designated testing facilities. The law and business exam typically has 115 questions, and the B2 trade exam contains about 100 questions. You will be given a time limit for each, usually around 3.5 hours, though most applicants finish sooner. The testing software allows you to flag questions you're unsure about and return to them later, which is a useful tool for managing your time. You're not penalized for guessing, so it's always better to select an answer than to leave a question blank. A score of 70% or higher is required to pass each exam. Arriving early is critical. Plan to be at the testing center at least 30 minutes before your scheduled time to allow for check-in procedures. Late arrivals may be denied entry, forcing you to reschedule and potentially delaying your licensing process by weeks. During check-in, you'll have your ID verified, sign testing agreements, and be escorted to your computer station. Testing rooms are monitored closely, both in person and via video, to ensure fairness and prevent cheating. Managing your mindset on exam day is as important as your study preparation. Anxiety can derail even the most knowledgeable candidates. To combat this, get a full night's sleep before your test, eat a light and balanced meal, and avoid stimulants like excessive caffeine that can make you jittery. During the exam, pace yourself. Spend no more than a couple of minutes on each question initially. If you're unsure of an answer, flag the question, make your best guess, and move on. After completing the rest of the test, return to flagged questions with a fresh perspective. Trust your first instinct on multiple choice questions unless you're certain it's wrong. Often, your initial choice is correct. If you fail an exam, don't panic. Many candidates pass on their second attempt after focusing on their weaker areas. CSLB will provide information on how to reschedule a retest and may offer feedback on the areas where you need improvement. However, failing delays your licensing timeline and costs additional fees, so giving your best effort the first time is always the goal. Once you finish both exams, you'll be given a preliminary result before leaving the testing center. If you pass, CSLB will follow up with instructions for the final steps to activate your license, including submitting your bond, insurance, and initial license fee. Passing both exams is the final big hurdle, and your preparation and focus on test day are what make this milestone possible. In summary, scheduling and preparing for your CSLB exams involves confirming your test notice promptly, sticking to a steady study plan, refining your weak spots, arriving early on exam day, bringing proper identification, and staying calm and focused throughout the test. By understanding what to expect and preparing thoroughly, you increase your chances of passing on the first attempt and moving one step closer to running your own licensed residential remodeling business in California.